All right, so we're back. Cash Color Cannabis, high level of conversation. Hey, got Kimmy Brown with me.
Hey guys.
How you doing?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
I feel you. Right now we are testing out whether or not. Right now we're testing out hers. Okay, I'm sorry. Right now we're testing out to see if we have anybody on our Instagram feed who actually cares about us and going live.
Yeah, right now I don't really know what I'm up to. I'm up to 6.
People care about this. Shawty lit right now. Shawty lit. Turn up. All right, so I like you, Kimmy.
Thank you.
You know, the minute you walked in the door, I was like, this is everything I expected too. So I'm with this. Talk to me about how you found your way to cannabis.
So I was in the 9th grade when I was first introduced to cannabis. A good girlfriend of mine introduced me. I grew up a little bit like sheltered. So she was like, I want you to try this. So I was down. My experience was seriously underwhelming. Like, I just got high. We went to a football game. I didn't trip. It was chill. But like, that lets me know like cannabis is my friend because like I like to be chill anyway. So it was cool.
I feel you. So it sounded like you had a good. Was it Reggie or was it like good weed?
I honestly don't remember, but it was Charleston, so it probably was old Reggie. Yeah.
Oh, I went to school in Johnson C. Smith. I used to go down to Charleston a couple of times.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
I like it. They got good food down there.
Amazing food. I love Charleston. It's really
Charleston got some killers too.
Some what?
Some absolute people who will kill you. Like, as your quick story. I had a partner of mine who's from Charleston. He took me down there, right? So it was me, him, another partner of mine from Charlotte, and he had linked us up with his cousin. I swear to goodness, bro, this is a real conversation. His cousin was in the back seat, and he was talking to his friend on the phone, and these are the words he said. Uh-oh. I'm just sick of this dude. I'm just going to kill him. Oh. I'm in the back seat. I'm in the front seat like, yo, who talks that casually? And then they love taking you to speakeasies all in the middle of woods and stuff. I'm like, y'all do too much down in Charleston.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it
really is a lot.
You get that Geechee feel the minute you walk in there. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Absolutely. It's, it's welcoming. Charleston is home.
Yeah.
So, and then gradually I got back into cannabis. And in college, I stepped away and started like drinking and partying, and I was like, you know what? I'm not really a drinker.
You're not a drinker.
So about 4 years ago, I got back into cannabis, and it was socially, but now it's more like self-care, where like I wake up in the morning and I have to bake because my mind is like, oh, we've been sleeping for 8 hours. Like, we got a whole lot of time to make up for. Like, it just like runs, and I'm just like, yo, chill out. Like, let me like breathe for a second. So like I have to like smoke in the morning just to like mellow myself out and like start my day.
I'm the same way. Like I was actually I got anxiety a tad bit, and I move so fast that literally when I wake up I do have to hit something because it evens me out. Like,
what's your sign?
Sagittarius.
Oh, nice.
What's your sign?
Cancer.
Does that mean we don't like each other? Like, I don't do signs.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
My dad was a Cancer, so I'm like, he likes me.
You know what I'm saying? Well, that's also your daddy, so.
Yeah. All right, so what talk to us about how PinkStoneDC came about. Like, how did that form about, and how did you come to be part of it?
Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep this brief because it's just not as simple like as people always make things to sound.
Yeah.
So I'm a Cancer, so I'm naturally
it's not gonna be simple.
I'm naturally a creator.
Yeah.
So, but in DC, you have to have like a 9 to 5. And then you can like hustle on the side. So like I've always had a 9 to 5, and then I hustle whatever my passion is on the side, as a way to get the creativity out. So at first it was fashion. I worked in the industry. I did like consulting. I did like closet cleaning and vintage shopping and all these things in the fashion world. And then from there, my friends and I started a fashion magazine. A women's interest magazine, and I was the fashion editor. So it, transferred to that, and now I'm like doing this magazine to like, get out my creative works. And then from there, I became a traveler. So I started traveling internationally, and I loved like curating the experiences and also documenting it.
Yeah.
So then people would hit me up. So then I became a travel agent because I'm like, I need to find a way to make a bag at all times, and I can still be like creative at the same time. So like then that happened. I'm still a travel agent, by the way, and now it's more so like, okay, I use cannabis frequently. How is like, what's the way that I can get this out creatively? And that became PinkStone and Infused Foods, and you know that's how we have it. But I was brought on to PinkStone, but I did an LA cannabis pop-up shop with my friends about 3 years ago. So before you would like see it on TV where you turn on Viceland and you can see like these cannabis infused shows, like I did that shit like 3 years ago from like a friend that actually had a show that's very much like fuck yes, that's delicious. But he had a show like 5 years ago. So it's like we've been like, you know, creators of like the culture, but you know, now I'm finally picking it back up. But it's time, so it's cool.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, but this is an event series that y'all do primarily out of DC, correct?
Yes.
Okay. DC is a crazy place when it comes to cannabis. I think crazy like good. Like I keep getting these mixed reviews, but again, I don't live there. But I like the way they handle their cannabis, man. Describe the cannabis scene in DC to people who haven't been there, and how people actually do get their hands on cannabis in DC.
So DC, I think, has the perception that it's very conservative, but I think through gentrification, like DC's a lot more liberal now. So like I smoke publicly in DC like all the time. Like
Really?
hell yeah, I smoke on people's public rooftops. I smoke on the streets. Like it really does not matter. It's very like liberal in a sense. I have friends that order weed off of their apps. Like it's very easy to get weed. You know, I know people that have cards. My weed man had a card, so he would get my weed from the dispensary, but you know, sell it to me at a little bit of a markup. But still, I was smoking the finest of the ganja in DC. You know, so it's like it's very accessible, and I don't really think it's an issue. I think where it becomes an issue is sometimes you have to watch like exactly what you're doing at these events that are getting like busted and stuff like that.
Yeah, there've been a lot of raids.
Yeah, but you also have to keep in mind the people that they're attracting, where they're hosting these events. You know, that all takes into account. I've been to some low-end events, and I've been to some other high-end events where like they're in weed-friendly spaces that like look like normal event spaces that where, you know, that you wouldn't think that they would have an issue with it. But they're doing a lot of like products, like a lot of people are into skincare now with cannabis. Outside of edibles, like there's just so many other things that people are doing. So I feel like that's making it more cooler and more like, okay, you're not smoking out a spot, you're selling some products. So like you can sell it and vend in my space, it's fine. So I think it just depends on the product and who's doing it and what you're doing.
Yeah, you know, and I like DC because they got the little barter system situation. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you buy a t-shirt, you get a pound of weed or whatever.
You know, when they first hit me with that concept, my face was like, that's how that shit's supposed to work. Like, I truly don't believe weed is something you should sell. Like, I know we live in a capitalistic society, you know what I mean? And clearly with billions being made, it's going to get sold. But I feel like if this grows from the ground and I could put it in the ground and grow it my damn self, why do I have to pay so much to do it? And why do I even have to be regulated to do it? You know what I mean? Like, that's always my feeling about it.
Yeah. Well, in DC, you can grow up to like 6 plants. So
yeah, I've been in the crib where I walked in and was like, yeah, see, this is dope.
I have friends that grow weed.
This is
for
dope.
Sure.
This is dope. My man had it like in his man cave. Like you walk down the basement and my man had like this little side room where you open the door and boom, you got this. And then you got your TV where you watching the game. And I'm like, see, life. Like that's life right there.
Yeah.
That's life right there, man. So the PinkStoneDC, you got brought into that. Who are the other people involved?
So my girlfriend Nacia, she started PinkStone through, I guess, wanting to create like something different in the DC area, because she was looking for cannabis friendly events, but like they would always be like, you know, hood and like not well put together.
Bunch of go-go breakout.
Yeah, you know, like it was just like, this is lacking in this area. So she created it from that. And then she brought me on because I'm the type of person where like, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So it helped like push us. And, you know, you have an accountability partner and, you know, all that stuff when it comes down to having a partnership. So that's kind of how we formed PinkStoneDC. All
right, that's what's up. So what was the first event like?
The first event was a small event that we hosted for our friends and some industry folks. So that event was cool. Like, you know, it was the launch of PinkStone.
Sound. I'm sorry. Somebody just said there's a problem with the sound. My bad. Got it. Keep going.
You must have an Android.
Was that an Android joke? Okay. All right. Proceed. Clearly, iPhone users is flexing right now.
I know, right? What was the question?
Oh, it was the first event.
Oh, the first event, yes. So I said what it was. But the lesson that we took from that event is honestly like we needed to keep going because people were really excited about it. And then, of course, you learn a lesson every event. So, the lesson with Atlanta is, oh, shit, people actually like us. This is cool.
What was it like? Well, what was whose idea was it to try to bring it to Atlanta? Like, I know you do live here, but after seeing the scene, did you think that this was something that would fit in Atlanta?
No. But I'm very new to Atlanta. My business partner, she also went to Emory here, so she has roots in Atlanta.
Okay.
So you take that, and we were just like, hey, like, let's try Atlanta. I didn't expect it to sell out in 6 hours. Thank you, Atlanta, for that.
Word.
Because DC don't show us that much love. And we're very clear.
Shout out to Atlanta for being super spontaneous for no fucking reason.
DC, y'all gonna have to step it up, babies. Hey. So I didn't know like how friendly the area was. However, obviously it is. We still have people on waiting lists. We still have people hitting us up about the next event. So we're going to come back soon.
All right. So I saw a recap video of the event, but I didn't have a chance to go. Actually, I was literally while y'all were doing that, I had to prepare for the thing we had to do later that afternoon. So I totally missed it. That's cool. But so tell us what was the theme of the event? And I definitely saw a menu. Like, what was the menu like?
So the menu was Soho Southern hospitality inspired.
I love y'all, man. She said Soho Southern hospitality inspired cuisine. Is it? Okay,
Soho cuisine. So the first course that you were tripping on earlier was a kale salad. Yeah. The lemon vinaigrette was infused.
I believe you.
And there was pecans topped, at the top. So it was cool. And then the second course was peach stuffed French toast served with challah bread. And I'm telling you, if any of my French toast connoisseurs understand how great challah bread is. Challah is a Jewish bread. It's amazing.
My wife loves it.
I love it. Yeah. Like, yes. Every time I find it at the bakery, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And then we had infused bacon or chicken sausage.
You had infused. The bacon was infused.
Yeah, it was like topped with some infusion stuff. Yeah, everything was infused.
You about to change my breakfast experience right now.
Yeah, it was like candied bacon, and so the candied part was infused. And then the chicken sausage was infused, and then we had little strawberry bites that was like infused with cream cheese as well.
Where can I get this bacon from that you speak of?
Listen, hit up Chef QT Rob on Instagram. She is based in Atlanta. She's actually from Atlanta as well.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, we might have to have her on the show one day then.
Yeah.
Because that was my other question. I was going to ask, being that y'all did sell out, so you did have a good time in Atlanta. Did you have people in Atlanta actually working the events? You know what I'm saying? Like as the chef in the venue,
yes,
and all that? Okay.
Yes. The person that linked us with the venue is in Atlanta, and our chef was from Atlanta.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So I'm glad y'all had a good time, and it sounded like the meal was amazing.
It was amazing, and we had really good reviews. We took a smoke break, and we listened to this song by this artist named Hollywood Anderson, and it's called Weed and Hennessy. And the ladies were like, can you play that again? So we played that song like twice, but the song is such a vibe. Like if you guys listen to music during your smoke sessions, definitely play Hollywood Anderson, Weed and Hennessy.
I gotta find that. I try to make a playlist for each guest that comes by here, and I'm trying to think in my mind what the hell's gonna fit her. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely got that one right there. So
yes. Oh my gosh, can I help you? Because I'm set. Like I like jazz, and I love European jazz as well. I sing the lyrics to all these songs. That's like.
Do you like King Cruel? Was that you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like it's my mood.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a downer. Know this. King Cruel. I'm a Xanax type of hoe. Down. That's my whole vibe. So anything that's real depressing, like Amy Winehouse is my favorite. That's my vibe. Even though I'm so lit in person.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm an introvert like shit.
Look, boy.
I'm sorry. I actually was looking at her when I said girl. I'm not gonna lie. I really was looking at her.
No, you know how girls do that all the time?
Contact. We did make eye contact.
Girls do that so much. They be talking to you and be like, girl. I'm like, who?
I'm not gonna lie. I do that with my guy all the time.
That is so funny, man. So that is I'm so definitely. So we said Hollywood Anderson, is it?
Hollywood Anderson, Weed and Hennessy, and he actually hit us up today.
Okay.
Because we posted the song, and I was like, hey, like we played the song at your event. Just shoot him a shot. You always gotta take a shot. Like,
she did. That's how she got on the show. Like, really, I'll show you the DM.
I did hop in your DM.
She said those words. I'm just shooting my shot, and I was like, you won. Nobody's ever done that before. You won.
Listen, this is how you gotta be a boss in business. So mouths don't get fed. Take note.
Take note. Are you planning another event in Atlanta soon?
Yeah. We're gonna come back in March for sure.
Come back in March. Do you know what time or? See if I
probably the end of the month.
Okay, I was going to tell you because if anywhere around March 15-ish at South by Southwest, Atlanta going to be empty.
Oh, nice. Good to know. I'll actually be in LA that weekend, so that'd be good.
Yeah, I was like, Atlanta empties out during certain times, man. So.
That's cool, though. You got to take a break from Atlanta.
When you're not smoking, what do you do? Other than be Xanax down.
Honestly, I'm going to be honest. There's no time where I'm not smoking.
Really?
Like, sometimes I'll smoke to walk to the corner store to buy a roll up.
That's a whole nother level. I roll a blunt to go roll a blunt, basically.
Yes, because sometimes I have to smoke in order to, like, leave my house. In order to, like, deal with the world. I don't know.
No, I mean, it's a real thing. Like, some people suffer from anxiety in different levels, you know what I mean? So it's a real thing.
It really is a real thing, so, But while I am on drugs, I do a lot of things. I create most of my stuff while I'm high. I will finally, like, actually have conversations that I've been holding in while I'm high. I like to watch cartoons, adult cartoons. Have you guys seen Legends of Chamberlain Heights?
Hell yeah.
That is like my shit.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah, got you.
Oh my gosh, that's my shit.
Yo, the white dude's hilarious, man.
Like the funniest. And I love how they slap him every time he be like, my nig.
Yeah, my nig. Do you watch Rick and Morty?
No, that one's too bro for me. It's too bro.
Really?
Yeah, it's too bro. It's too white bro too.
It is kind of. I think that's the thing that made me eventually start like I could fuck with it. Cause it's so stupid too. You know what I mean? Like at some point I say to myself, like, how many times can y'all do this every single show?
Yeah, no. My top is Archer.
Okay. Oh, Archer's good. That's not too bro for you, really?
No, Archer is not too bro for me. And I like Archer because every season they do a different theme. If you're doing something different, I'm fucking with it. There's no other shows that is doing like a different theme.
Look, when he was trafficking cocaine out of Mexico.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. And then the last one is Mike Tyson Adventure or Mike Tyson Mysteries.
I can't deal with that.
Oh.
Even for 15 minutes, I'm like, this is too much. This is too much Mike Tyson. This is too much Mike Tyson for 15 minutes, man. I like. Do you like Robot Chicken?
No, that's too like Tyler the Creator for me.
Again, you're actually describing why I like it, obviously. Because I sat there and watched that last.
You know what type of bitch I am, obviously. You know my personality. If you know I hate everything that you love.
Let me tell you, I like Robot Chicken though. Robot Chicken and Rick and Morty is my shit. I guess I'm a bro. I'm a black. Nah, let me take that back. Let me take that back. But
your
I do like Rick and Morty.
Are bro-ish.
I do like Rick and Morty though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. You are hilarious. Are there any chances that you're going to take that PinkStoneDC is going to actually take a tour? Because we do have places now, Massachusetts, like where I'm from. You got California. You got Colorado, obviously, Washington, places where it is legal.
Yeah.
Have you thought about taking it to places like that?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to try to do New York and LA next.
Okay. Okay, all
that's
right.
on the list.
All right, so when you get to New York, you're gonna give them like Southern flair with a little bit of Soho in it, or?
It's up to the chef. We give our chefs creative control.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's what's up, man. So what else is are you gonna build out Pinkstone in any other way? Like, I know you do the events fairly well, but are you gonna do anything other than brunches?
We are looking to do merchandise next. I would love to do like a mini series.
Okay. A mini series about what?
About weed and women.
Okay.
Yeah. And just talking and whatever themes, it'd just be some creative shit off the top.
Off the top.
Yeah.
Have we thought about making, like how we just mentioned a little while ago, cereal? Can we get you to create something like that? Like, can we get a cereal that's infused, that won't taste gross in milk, and you know what I mean, it'll still be good.
That's interesting. Yeah. I love cereal, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want infused cereal. I don't think that I like everything infused. I like to smoke. Like, I'm so bad to the point where I travel a lot. So if I'm traveling internationally, most times I do smuggle weed.
It's fairly easy.
It's very easy. I've been to places where like they will execute you if you find that shit. I'm just like, girl, it's worth my life. So I do it anyway.
You said, girl, it's worth my life.
But I'll run out because, of course, I don't ever want to take too much.
Yeah.
I'll have to buy cigarettes just to smoke.
Oh.
But in Europe, cigarettes are not as bad as they are in America. Everybody outside of America smokes cigarettes.
Let me tell you, I went to the one time I did go to London, I realized how expensive cigarettes was. Like,
because it's finer.
It's double the price though, man.
No, it's finer. I was in Dubai smoking like the best of tobacco,
and they give you less. They give you less in London. Like how I would get a 20 in the pack. It's like 10,
and it's like a skinnier cigarette too. A lot.
So you gave me less cigarettes for double the price, basically.
Because you're smoking something that's not as toxic as they do in America.
Now, speaking of your travel, because I have seen your Instagram page, you do travel a lot. Mm-hmm. What led you to wanting to be like such a country skipper like that?
I like to explore and I like to experience. So for me, I like to travel because I like to create the experience. So for like my 30th birthday, I took a group of my friends to Greece. It was like 11 of us in Greece.
Oh, you're a travel agent. I forgot.
But this was even before I was a travel agent. I was like, I want to go to Greece for my 30th birthday.
Okay.
All of my friends were like, let's do it. So we went to Egypt and then we went to Greece and I created the entire itinerary.
Yo, you got a squad, baby, because they be ready to roll.
Yeah, I got good friends. We had like dinner in the sky where like you're suspended like 50 meters up into the sky on like this platform that looks like something you see at Six Flags, and you're eating like 4-course meals and like drinking wine, and you're literally just suspended in the air. It was the coolest shit ever.
That's crazy. So what's the favorite place that you have been so far?
It changes, but honestly, Bali, I'm getting back to Bali within the next 2 years. I think about Bali like every day.
Is that the picture with you and the monkey on it?
Yeah. That shit was intense.
Yeah, I ain't touching no wild monkey.
Listen, and the monkey are literally like kids. They're so smart. So they're trained. They're smart enough to know that if they fuck with you, you'll give them what they want, excuse me. So they'll like fuck with you. Like they'll see you with a banana. The monkey snatched the entire bunch of bananas out of my hands because I turned my head for 1 second. He watched me turn my head and then snatched it at the perfect time, and I felt him, so I released it.
Let me tell you something. We're this close to Planet of the Apes, and y'all don't even know it. This close to Planet of the Apes.
But then at our property, we had monkeys, and those were the friendliest monkeys ever. They were like kind of actually like timid. But it's just because people go there, they're trained, they're smart enough to know, like, they're literally like little kids, I promise. And they just play. It's just play to them. They don't take it serious.
I don't know if I want to touch a monkey. I saw you. I was like, yo, she's chilling with a big ass monkey too.
I mean, that monkey was so fucking big on my lap. Yeah. It was like a 3-year-old child.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost like meeting you in person. It's almost like your height, I felt like now.
Yeah, it really was like a thing. I was terrified, but it was chill.
Yeah.
That monkey wasn't like intense.
If you could smoke with anybody, who would it be? Excluding me.
Okay, so I'm gonna be real with you and just keep it real 100. Rihanna. I would love to smoke with her.
I think Rihanna would smoke me under a table. Yo.
Listen, I just want to smoke and trip with her. Like, she's funny like me. I feel like we would just be on joke time all day. Like, it would be a good experience.
Yo, did you see Rihanna at the Grammys recently?
Yeah.
I'm committed to Thick Rihanna because I think Thick Rihanna said I'm done giving a fuck. Like,
yeah.
She's to the point now where I saw her on stage and I'm like, you're this close to being Mariah Carey where you just like move your shoulders. Like,
yeah.
She's not dancing at all for y'all.
Rihanna was never a dancer. but she is thick.
Yeah.
I think that I've been thinking she's 3 months pregnant for at least 9 months now.
That's what I'm saying. People
I'm
keep
like,
saying she's
Rihanna
pregnant.
obviously
Like,
isn't pregnant. She obviously is just. But Rihanna, I like thick Rihanna because thick Rihanna honestly gives me thick Beyonce, and I'm like, yes, sis.
All I know is there's chicks eating off 8-9 figure deals. Keep eating. That's what I see. She's eating off Fenty right now.
She really is, and she's living her best life.
Is she?
Yeah.
Now Blue Ivy's living her best life. Have you seen? I was watching the Grammys. She's living her best life. Like you sitting here with Beyonce and Jay-Z as your parents, and literally Beyonce got like her mom purse with her, where she
With
has
the
like
snacks.
Yeah, she got snacks, and your dad ate them.
When everything is flocka and nothing is shaka.
Basically, and when you see your parents clapping and you literally do to them what they do to you, yo, shh.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
Calm down.
Calm down, ladies.
down.
Calm down, sir. She was hilarious. She living her best life.
She is. Yeah. She is. She's definitely. But we could always tell she was like the queen of that family. Like she definitely at one point she was sitting beside. It was Blue, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. I saw Beyonce look at Blue in a picture, and then the next frame I saw Blue sitting in between them, and I was like, Beyonce was 2 seconds off of Blue Ivy's ass at the Grammys. Like, let's be absolutely clear about that. So I like that, like they're real like black parents, and like Puff is behind Jay trying to give him a shot, and he's like,
do you see this?
Puff is a wild ass Scorpio. I love him for real though.
Yo, Puff's another one living his best life at this moment, man.
He's always been living his best life.
Yeah, shit. Even when he was on murder trial, he was living his best fucking life. We was talking about that recently too.
Bring that up.
No, it's funny because Shine, like a little while ago, Shine was on TV, and I was saying to myself, I said it was crazy how that whole trial went, and my wife didn't know what happened, and I was like, yo, Puff had like Johnny Cochran, Benjamin Braff, he had like every possible lawyer he can afford, and Shine had this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this guy, like just a random guy. Like, let's have a separate trial, and when we have separate cases, I'm getting these guys. I'm living my best life.
Absolutely. You gotta take that L, Shine.
Man, look, he didn't do 10 years. I'll tell you that much. Diddy was out here living his best life.
Exactly.
Benjamin Braff, Johnny Cochran, the dream team of lawyers, boy. So when we gonna see you next when it comes to the weed game, man? Like, I feel like you're destined to do a whole lot of things.
I've been feeling that way since I was a kid, honestly. So.
Yo, I love you, man. It's like you real. You're like energy if it was a person.
Let me read you my chart. I'm a Cancer. My sign is rising. My rising sign is Gemini, which makes me super like extrovert and like entertaining. But when I go home, please know that I am sitting in silence most of the time.
Why do I see you doing that right now? Like she's gonna go home and sit Indian style in the middle of the floor and just sit and
vibe the fuck out, burn some incense. I give Erica Badu vibes at my house, and then I give Lit Queen in public. You gotta turn it off and on.
It's like Nola Darling for real. Like just saying real right here, man.
I like that. Eccentric.
It's saying real right here, man. Well, I'm definitely impressed. Like the next time y'all do something in Atlanta, definitely let me know because I want to be part of this.
Guys, go to PinkStoneDC.com. Hit join for our emailing list for our Atlanta or DC events.
Oh, also, I haven't asked you yet. How are you liking living in Atlanta?
I like Atlanta, honestly, because I like being outdoors.
Okay.
I love that it's warm for a huge portion of the year. I was ready to get the fuck out of DC. It was too cold, like for real. So I like the aspect of being like in the South and in the suburbs in Atlanta. I feel like white people try me so much here, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the type of person where, like, I feel like I will go out of my way to, I guess, be petty and prove that I'm better than you. Like, I'll be like, bitch, I got a master's. I will read you my whole resume just to make you feel like little because I'm just like, oh, you thought because... so I get into my bag with them all the time. Like, I get really bad customer service here in Atlanta, and my man be like looking at me like, girl, not today. And I'm just like, yes, today. Because I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it.
Let me tell you, yo, I'm from Boston originally, but I've been living down south now for going on 15 years, like between school and living in Atlanta now. And I tell people, as racist as you want to believe Boston is, at least we got racism. Like, it was one of them things that was kind of, we
Boston
understood
seems
it.
racist.
Yeah, we just understood racism. Like, you don't go here, we don't go here, everybody cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I come down south, and it's like, I assumed it was going to be equal or more racist. And what you get down here is a lot of people who smile at you and then do some devious shit behind your back, bro. Like, do some devious shit. Like, I got the police called on me one time. We was canvassing. Matter of fact, the time the AJC followed us, we were canvassing for John Ossoff. So we out there, we got the AJC following us. I think Washington Post might have been following us too. We had newspaper people following us. Knocks on this lady's door, said, hey, we out here making sure everybody go out to vote. It's a major vote. She took this pamphlet. She had a nice little smile on her face, said, thank you very much. Do you know when we walked off those steps, we saw 4 Sandy Springs cops come down the way, like 4 cars.
And he was in Sandy Springs.
Yeah, but luckily for us, there was a bunch of people canvassing. There was 3 white kids canvassing, and they grabbed them. And I didn't know why. I'm driving by, I'm actually telling my folks, everybody canvassing with me, yo, don't drive down the street. I just saw they grabbed 3 white boys. I don't know what the fuck they driving for. We get back and they actually wrote the story. It was the Root. I'm sorry. The Root wrote the story about us, about what happened. Apparently, she called the police the minute I left her step and said that she was scared of a robbery. She was scared of a robbery. She said that a black man is walking around the neighborhood knocking on doors. I'm scared of a robbery. Happened. Sandy Springs. Smiled in my face, took this out my hand, said thank you.
I'm going to be real clear with you. I told my boyfriend we could stay down in Atlanta for a few years. But I'm not raising kids in Atlanta because I would have to kill somebody. Hey. Like, straight up. Like, the South, first of all, the East Coast, I feel like is so like old. When you go out to the West Coast, when you go to places like Denver and LA, like it just feels like refreshing and like new.
Yeah, it's
you know
refreshing
what I'm saying?
Racism though. It's still racism.
You know what? I go to Atlanta and people, LA, and people are somehow attracted to me. Like I always meet the most random people in LA. So my experiences in LA are just good. But I think it's my energy. So like I feel like wherever I go, I'm always gonna be good.
I feel you. Well, you know what? Tell your mans that it's hard down here. They will smile at you and they will call the police on you. So just be aware of all that. Take it with I don't know how to tell you. Take it with a grin. Take it with a grin. It does happen. I appreciate you for coming out. You actually brought a lot of life to the studio today.
Oh, thanks.
If somebody wanted to follow you online, if they wanted to contact you about anything, how would they do that?
So I'm Kimmy Brown, KIMEE Brown on Instagram, travelwithkimmy.com, and also PinkStoneDC.com.
Yeah, and definitely travel with her because the way she move around, she figures out something. She figured out a loophole.
Yeah, I mean, traveling is cool, and like when you book with an agent, you just pay a deposit and then you can pay off the trip later. Like it allows more flexibility. Okay. And then I plan everything. People like to just pay money.
Well, I appreciate you for coming out, man. Like
Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. As always, this is Cash Color Cannabis Podcast. You can find us on Live Hip Hop Daily every Tuesday at 9 p.m. You can also stream past episodes on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Play FM, and SoundCloud. Just type in Cash Color Cannabis. Check us out next Tuesday. Next Tuesday I got DeMar Jackson coming in, so I'm fairly certain there's gonna be a whole lot more ladies in here. I think we're gonna do a little pop up or something for him. I don't know if you have you met DeMar yet? DeMar's currently on tour with K Michelle right now. So he's gonna duck off that and he's gonna come over here and go chop up about music and everything. And I'm gonna ask him about some of this. You had to have seen some sessions backstage. Like you can't tell me K Michelle don't smoke. Like she needs something to calm her ass down. So I look forward to that interview. Yeah, all the facts. I look forward to that interview. As always, though, get the Live Hip Hop Daily app. Watch every show that's on the networks 24 hours a day, man. It's shows after shows after show after show, man. Support us as you have to. And downloading that app is a support. So get with us. Cash Color Cannabis Podcast, a high level of conversation. We are out. Bye.
I ended this podcast with 7 live views.